Kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. But the Indiana Fever just drew 2 million viewers without Caitlin Clark. That is mental. That is absolutely mental.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just obliterated another viewership milestone. And as always, Angel Reese is trying to insert herself into the picture. And no, not in a cute, oops, we did it again kind of way. Somewhere, a dusty old Nielsen box probably imploded from sheer disbelief. Last time Caitlin's performance broke the internet, this time she might have broken broadcast logic altogether. Grandmas tuned in, toddlers stopped mid-juice box, and somewhere in the galaxy, alien life forms are learning English just to chant "Let's go Fever." This isn't a sports moment anymore, it's a pop culture takeover in high tops. And Angel Reese still believes she's the main draw. Comment "Caitlin is the needle" down below to show who really is the draw. Let's go.
The numbers are in for the Indiana Fever Chicago Sky game, and I'm telling you right now, it's box office. God.
The 1,000 viewers, becoming the most viewed WNBA game on ION this season, despite Caitlin Clark's absence. The Caitlin Clark effect continues even when she's not on the court. Folks, this is a big deal.
Which brings us straight into the chaos that was Sky versus Fever. This wasn't just a game, it was an interdimensional ratings bulldozer. 1.9 million viewers. That's right, nearly 2 million souls chose this WNBA showdown over whatever crime drama or cooking show rerun was playing. It outdrew movies, news hours, and probably a few awkward family dinners. And somewhere, a network executive just spat out their latte after realizing they stuck this masterpiece in the wrong time slot.
And I'm telling you right now, it did not stop the fans from wanting to watch this. I told y'all what it was. Long as we got to do is keep supporting the team, Caitlin Clark will be back in no time. Just as long as we make sure things stay on the up and up, everything's going to remain on the up and up. And now since we got Ari McDonald out there balling like there's no tomorrow, she's even more entertaining to watch anyways as of right now. She's giving life to the Indiana Fever fan base. So shout out to Ari McDonald in drawing this viewership. That's who I'm putting the numbers on. I'm telling you right now, without Caitlin Clark being there, people can say what they want. People wanted to see Ari McDonald ball out, bro.
Now, of course, Angel Reese clocked the numbers. There's no way she didn't. If ratings had a paparazzi, she'd be front and center with a step and repeat banner behind her. She's ready to pose on a metaphorical red carpet, claiming that 1.9 million tuned in for her game face, her rebounding arms, and her "don't try me" expressions that could fry an iPhone screen. In Angel's version of reality, Caitlin Clark is just guest starring on the Angel Reese Renaissance Tour.
Goes on to say 1.9 million viewers for the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game Saturday on CBS. Again, Caitlin Clark missed due to injury. It's the third most watched WNBA game of the 2025 season. The Fever versus the Sky opened at 2.7 million, and Fever versus Liberty 2.2 million. And I'm telling you right now, guess who got the most views? The Indiana Fever. Hands down, the Indiana Fever got more views than any other damn team in the league. Telling you, bro, this team is single-handedly holding this thing up.
And credit to Angel, her confidence is bulletproof. She's likely whipping out Canva slides showing bar graphs and pie charts, linking her presence to stock market upticks and weather improvements. Her Instagram probably has a story titled "Ratings Queen." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's out here, practically allergic to the spotlight, just quietly launching logo threes like she's warming up in an empty gym. She doesn't chase clout. Clout checks her schedule.
Doesn't matter who the Fever are playing. It does not matter who the Fever are playing, they're getting big viewership. They're getting massive viewership. And 1.92 million viewers is still crazy. Like, that is that's probably one of the top 15 most viewed WNBA games of all time.
Yet here we are, once again asking the question of the century. Who's bringing the viewers? Who's the magnet? And who's the paperclip? Debating this is like arguing if pizza or cheese is more important to a slice. Angel is fireworks, bright and explosive. But Caitlin? Caitlin is gravity. She centers the whole galaxy. Her passes hit like poetry, her shots defy physics, and her calm demeanor makes her the eye of the storm.
So, like, It's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Let's be honest. No one tuned in to watch awkward layups and stares alone. The 1.9 million came for the edge-of-your-seat spectacle. It's not just a game. It's reality TV with jump shots and tech fouls. Angel's body language alone deserves an Emmy. She celebrates a blocked shot like she just rescued a puppy from traffic. Her flair is undeniable, her energy magnetic. But Caitlin? Caitlin orchestrates the chaos. She doesn't just play the game, she narrates it with every dribble.
Back to X, bro. Check out some of these comments, man. Let's check out some of these comments. But guys, I'm telling you right now, 1.9 million views without Caitlin Clark is exceptionally well. Exceptionally well, man. Exceptionally well. I can't even lie. I can't even make this up, bro. Can't even lie. Somebody said we'll see the numbers in 2 days for ESPN game tonight for Liberty versus Sky. Bro, like, we already know. So, Caitlin, like, we already know they're not going to have any views, bro. Caitlin Clark is still there. People will show up just to watch her on the sidelines. They don't care.
Angel's post-play reactions have become iconic. When she swats a shot into next week, the celebration that follows is pure theater. She gives the people what they came for: intensity, attitude, and enough drama to fuel the next 72 hours of NBA Twitter. Caitlin balances the madness with surgical precision. She moves like a player coded in a video game by someone who forgot to cap the stats. One drains buckets, the other steals scenes. Together, they make magic. This whole rivalry has become the WNBA's Trojan horse, sneaking the league past traditional sports borders and into mainstream consciousness. It's attracting meme makers, sideline bloggers, and fantasy league dads who now suddenly care about field goal percentages. Your neighbor who still wears cargo shorts is now an expert on Caitlin's shooting mechanics. Everyone's watching.
Indiana Fever ended up tweeting out this statement, man. Check this out. Every seat filled. Oh my goodness. Every seat. No open seat. Are you kidding me? My goodness, man. Gamebridge was electric in today's home opener. Now you know. Oh man, that now you know is hitting harder than any flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark last year. My goodness, man. Nah, man, but for real, this is amazing. This is really amazing, man. Now,
sure, Angel is frustrated. She's not wrong to want some flowers for her contributions. But here's the twist. Every time someone says, this isn't all about Caitlin, the ratings jump again. It's like trying to dim the sun with a blanket. Caitlin's appeal only grows. You could block her shot, but good luck blocking her shine. She's not trying to be the star of the show. She just is. But make no mistake, Angel is essential to the show. Every great story needs tension, a foil, a wild card. And that's a good thing. Their rivalry is the stuff of sports fiction. Opposite styles, contrasting energies, and just enough passive-aggressive stare-downs to keep the cameras rolling.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it! Life throws her lemons, she makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What? Bang!
Their dynamic is so compelling it feels scripted. One brings flash, one brings finesse. One talks, the other lets her game speak. It's a yin-yang that has fans picking sides like it's March Madness meets Mean Girls. Team Caitlin, Team Angel, it doesn't matter. What matters is that they're showing up, selling out arenas, and dragging women's sports into the spotlight with every step, dribble, and dirty look. This isn't fluff. This is movement. This is impact. People are tuning in for the skills, staying for the spice, and coming back because they can't help but care. Caitlin may be the nucleus, but Angel keeps the whole thing spinning. The WNBA found its formula: star power, rivalries, and just the right amount of pettiness. And it's working.
But it was obviously on TV. It says here, sorry, it was on CBS. So it had only 300k viewers less than Fever versus Liberty. And that is a mental one. That is actually a mental one. Like, it doesn't really, like, the Fever and Sky is a rivalry people seem to want to watch. Genuinely, it's a rivalry people seem to want to watch, and it's a rivalry people people care about. You see here, obviously ahead of it, Annie Costable wrote about the history, and look, it's not even about the history. It's not about history. It's because of the storylines. It's because of the drama. It's because of all of this stuff.
So yeah, 1.9 million people tuned in. Some came for Caitlyn, some showed up for Angel. Most came for the tension that can only be described as ESPN meets Bravo. But all of them witnessed something that felt bigger than basketball. It was entertainment, energy, elevation, all wrapped in a showdown. And you better believe the exec who greenlit this game is now sitting in a puddle of confetti whispering, "Schedule the rematch." Here's the kicker that makes this entire saga even more legendary. Caitlin Clark didn't even set foot on the hardwood for that record-smashing game. That's right, she was on the bench, nursing an injury, probably sipping electrolytes, sketching new playbook ideas, or solving astrophysics problems just for fun. Still, the viewership didn't just show up. They surged in like it was the Super Bowl of women's hoops. That's what happens when you're no longer just an athlete, but a cultural event. Caitlyn doesn't need to lace up to take over. Her gravitational pull is strong enough to shift TV ratings like tectonic plates. People don't just watch her, they orbit her.
Indiana Fever continue to fly high on the ratings when it comes to cable TV. Did this most recent meeting get them? Well, we are about to find out. Sans Clark, Fever Sky still among top 10 WNBA games since 2001. Despite the absence of Caitlin Clark, the Fever Sky rivalry delivered one of the top 10 largest regular season or playoff WNBA audiences in the past 2 decades on CBS prime time. Saturdays, Fever Sky WNBA regular season game averaged 1.92 million viewers on CBS, marking the 8th largest WNBA regular season audience since 2001.
But don't worry, Angel Reese was ready with her spreadsheet, a pie chart, and maybe even a TED Talk to break down how the 1.9 million viewers were there strictly for her. According to Angel Math, her 4 points and 12 rebounds were enough to single-handedly drive national attention. That's right, 4 points, as in the number of candles on a toddler's birthday cake, somehow became headline-worthy. Add in the rebounds, or as she likes to call them, me-bounds. And it's as if we're witnessing the basketball equivalent of a lunar eclipse. She strutted through the post-game like she'd just saved basketball itself. And the performance? Let's just say it was more haunted house than highlight reel, full of missed shots, awkward floaters, and enough bricks to build a patio.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. I mentioned no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer a car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that.
Here's where things shift from amusing to completely surreal. The WNBA is having a full-on glow-up. Sell-out crowds. Merchandise that evaporates off shelves. Grandmas are asking who the Indiana Fever is. And yet Caitlin Clark could literally be in a hoodie, in the third row, chewing gum, and still generate more buzz than the player actually sprinting up and down the floor. You could toss a Caitlin cardboard cutout into the corner, and fans would still chant her name like it's a revival meeting. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is fighting tooth and nail online, tweeting and reposting like a PR intern trying to justify her existence with a stat line so quiet you could miss it during a bathroom break.
Talk about what you guys are talking about, which is Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever, yeah, on national TV, except ain't Caitlin Clark hurt? Yeah, so what a perfect time to shine if you're Angel Reese. The floor is all yours. A lot of people are saying she's the one that lit the torch and is carrying the torch for the WNBA. A lot of people are saying it's Caitlin Clark. No better chance to show and prove. Well, the response from that national televised game is a little disturbing.
And Caitlin's impact? It goes way beyond the court. She's not just a star player, she's the spark plug of an entire movement. Her mere presence sends shockwaves through social media. She doesn't need a ball in her hand to dominate the discourse. One glance, one smile, one clip of her tapping a teammate on the shoulder becomes content gold. Meanwhile, Angel's running her own highlight documentary in her head, casting herself as the overlooked genius, narrating every side-eye and rebound like it's a scene in her personal sports biopic. Spoiler alert, the rest of the world isn't watching the same movie.
So Angel Reese came out and had a 12 rebound, 4-point, 2 assist game in the absence of Caitlin Clark tonight. Angel, they're not coming for you. They're coming to watch the prodigal son or daughter, Caitlin Clark. So as the Indiana Fever beat the Chicago Sky by 29 points without Caitlin Clark, I asked the EBT community, do y'all have eyes?
Because Caitlin Clark isn't just a character in this season. She's the main arc, the twist, the finale, and the teaser trailer for what's coming next. Every sports writer has her name saved in autofill. Every network builds its graphics around her. Angel Reese? She's doing her best, orbiting around Caitlin's spotlight, trying to convert box score mediocrity into cultural dominance. 4 points in her hands become a Shakespearean monologue. Meanwhile, Caitlin's just existing, and that's enough to break the internet. Now, you've got to respect Angel's effort. It's bold, it's brash, it's borderline inspirational. She's pushing her narrative like it's an NFT drop. But even with all that hustle, Caitlin, still on the sidelines, is pulling more eyeballs than a front-row fight at a heavyweight title match. Angel's working overtime. Caitlin's just breathing and breaking the algorithm.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
The fans? Oh, they've caught on. Social feeds are packed with jokes about how Caitlin blinking is more eventful than a full Angel Reese quarter. Her hair tie adjustment becomes a trending topic. Her casual gum chewing has Twitter guessing flavors like it's the Zapruder film. Angel's out there sweating through 30 minutes of hustle, and the crowd's still staring at Caitlin like she's about to drop a mixtape. There are Reddit threads discussing Caitlin's body language, TikToks analyzing her bench demeanor, Instagram fan pages posting screenshots of her just watching the game. Meanwhile, Angel's out there giving 110% and getting 10% of the buzz. It's not just unfair, it's hilarious. Because Caitlin doesn't have to manufacture moments. She is the moment.
How high would you say the ceiling is for Caitlin year 2?
Yeah, I mean,
what ceiling?
What did Michael? I always like to quote Michael Jordan in these moments.
The ceiling,
the
is,
ceiling
the
is the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was incredible last year. Learned a lot about the league, so she's just probably going to add not necessarily anything to her game. I know she worked out in the off season and talks about her strength and wanting to get more physical, but it's the experience part that as you get older in this league starts to show itself combined with the skill. So she knows the league now, and so that's dangerous. She's surrounded by a ton of talent. They did really well in free agency, but yeah, it's her second year, so it'll be fun to see like what adjustments she makes and what she did learn.
Even the broadcasters are in on it. You'll hear mid-game, nice pass by Reese, but let's check in on Clark. And boom, we cut to Caitlin adjusting her hoodie and the crowd goes nuts. Angel could have just nailed a fast break layup, but nope, we're back to Caitlin clapping from the sidelines. And somehow it feels like the highlight of the game. And that's the reality Angel's battling against. Not just the numbers, not just the fan base, but the energy. The Caitlin Clark effect is so potent, it overshadows actual in-game action. When fans are ranking bench reactions over box scores, you know you're witnessing something special. Caitlin is giving silent, seated, sovereign superstar vibes, and it's magnetic. Angel is trying to construct her own media moment out of scraps, but Caitlin's just there, and that's enough. She's selling out arenas, igniting headlines, and inspiring breakdowns, all while nursing an injury. It's not even about playing anymore, it's about presence. Angel is performing, Caitlyn is resonating. That's the difference.
A matter of fact, this might have been the first WNBA game broadcast on CBS in prime time. If it's not the first, it's one of very few. This was a big moment. I'm sure the WNBA would call it historic. Angel Reese is playing in an NBA arena in prime time on network television on Saturday night. Outside of regular season baseball, maybe the College World Series, there was no competition on television. The eyes of the sports world were focused on Angel Reese and the WNBA. And Angel Reese once again proved why no one is watching her.
So when 1.9 million people tune into a game Caitlyn doesn't even play, it says more than any stat sheet ever could. She doesn't need to demand the spotlight. It finds her. Angel Reese might be waving her arms, screaming, "Look at me." But Caitlyn just sits back and watches the scoreboard of influence keep climbing in her favor. And at the end of the day, this isn't just about basketball. It's about cultural relevance. It's about magnetism. And right now, Caitlyn Clark is the gravity holding the WNBA together. Whether she's sinking threes or sitting out, she's the one everyone's watching. And no amount of Instagram stories or overanalyzed rebounds can change that. That's the game. That's the difference. Angel's chasing the moment. Caitlyn is the moment. And until that changes, the cameras, the fans, and the narrative will keep coming back to the same courtside seat, where Caitlyn Clark, hoodie on, legs crossed, is quietly running the league from the bench. Comment, "Caitlyn is the needle" down below to show who really is the draw. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.